Hello everyone, this is going to be my last video for today. I don't know about the future yet. No, it's not going to be my last video for today because I want to go to the video that I responded to in that 59-second video I did where he was saying that people were stealing our content. I want to show him that it's far more than just Spike TV. And I do believe it's because of the default setting of yes for embedding and syndication in the edit options of our videos. So by default, when you include a video in your playlist or in your favorites, it's going to automatically be set for those two permissions. So on to what I want to share with you as far as the bush. And this is worst case scenario for people who don't know how to read a compass nor to use a compass and a map and topography. If you're having to walk in the woods and you're not familiar with your terrain, pick a landmark and work towards that. And as you're walking towards that landmark, always turn around quite frequently and look at your back trail. Memorize it. That way, you don't just see the forward part, but you also see where you came from. Second critical item you should have, some articles of wool clothing. So even if you get wet on the coldest day, you won't suffer from hypothermia as rapidly as you would as if you are wearing cotton or any other fabric. Wool will help you to keep your body heat retained. Again, I want to repeat, when you're out there and you're not following a compass nor the stars, and you don't know how to read a map or use the compass correctly, pick a landmark, walk towards it, and frequently look at your back trail so you'll know as you're coming back that you're on the right path. Now here's another tip. If everything does blow up, you wouldn't want to go towards a town anyway. But always follow a river, stream, whatever, downstream. It'll always end up to civilization, people living. You'll never get lost that way. Some streams or rivers, it might take you longer to walk down them, but always go down river. And that's all I've got to share right now on survival in the Tules. Because, like I said, I'm kind of disturbed right now with how extensive my videos are. It's all over the world. It really is. It blew me away. I'm even in China, for God's sake. I know this, people. Again, I want to stress. By default, YouTube has the settings already in your edit options for embedding and syndication set to yes by default. If you uncheck those, maybe your content will not be placed on other sites because you haven't given the permissions for them to do so. Thank you. God bless you. I have to now think about everybody's welfare. I'm not even mine isn't an issue. As I've said before, I've already been dead 3 times, so I know death is inevitable. I'm comfortable with myself spiritually, and I know my Creator has the love and the compassion to be able to love me back, even as damaged as I am, because I strive never to sin. I've always wanted to do the noble thing, the right thing throughout my life, and a lot of times that's been used against me. So sometimes being idealistic, wanting to be a knight in shining armor, to always be true to yourself as your fellow man and to God, sometimes that can be used against you as it has in my past. So I'm just sharing that information with you. Not that I want anyone to stop reaching out to other people, because that's what I'm doing. Even as flawed as I am, I'm still out here trying to reach to people, to get people to understand and to accept and to love each other instead of the minor differences which keep us apart, which don't actually come from us. It's imposed from outside influences upon us. Instead of going and doing a Google search, I did a Yahoo search, and I got all the way to page 20. And I saw that the last two videos that I just made just a few, maybe an hour ago, they're already on another site. So again, pick a landmark, look frequently back, and have wool clothing, at least a wool sweater. And by the way, blue jeans are not the warmest clothes to wear, and when you're going in the brush, they make more noise. Just keep that in mind also. I've got to end this. I got to do this other guy real fast, and I got to take some time to think about all of this. I don't want any of my content to be used against anyone, let alone my country. That's never been my intention. I've always said that we need to reform as we are responsible for our government, and that we need to take responsibility and ownership of that responsibility. I do not concede to what King James put in Romans 13 as far as divine right to rule, and you get God places the ruler in power, and that if it's evil, then you deserve an evil ruler. If it's a good ruler, then you deserve a good ruler. No, because you can be a righteous nation and still end up with some evil scumbag in office, or you could be a decadent one and have a righteous man in office. So, it goes both ways. It's up to us. That's what free will is all about. And by exercising free will, we have to take responsibility for the actions we do take, as I accept mine for the content that I've placed on YouTube here. I have no regrets about it. I would not take it back. I was actually thinking about today, before I found out this information, about going into some of the videos I've uploaded, because as you can see, I've got a lot of uploads. And a lot of that was reading from the Senate report, as well as the articles of freedom from the Continental Congress. But I didn't get them all the way done. So I was going to be looking at the views, but now I see that doesn't matter, because this content is hosted at other sites. Especially a good example, the one I did in Defend America First, DAF for short, about Senator Cabot Lodge. That's on Cabot Lodge page now. So yeah, our content gets out there far more than we realize. I love you all, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate your kind words. But it is what it is, and I will take responsibility for my actions. I just don't want anybody to be hurt by my actions. This I've done myself. No one else has been involved. No one else has encouraged me to do it. In fact, my better half hates the fact that I've spent time on this thing trying to change my country back